What is going on, hustlers? Another day, another dollar. I know I've been quiet over the last probably week and a half. You haven't seen much content come out from me. We've been busy back here at our journey to freedom, putting the finishing touches on several deals going on, and it's time to share some of those deals with you. If you notice, I'm in a different location and it's quite echoey this morning. That is because a couple of days ago we signed the lease on a new HQ for our journey to freedom. That's right, we're upgrading our operation once again. While it took us some time to find this space because we were looking for particular options, not only by the size requirement of the space, but we were hoping to be able to find a warehouse space that had a dock or an overhead door with the ability to receive pallet freight. Unfortunately, in the market here, there's not much available with that, with small size spaces. The few times we did find places that were the right amount of space, had those options, the price was in our price range, the location was not ideal. Like, I probably would have to hire somebody to be there 24 hours a day to make sure nobody stole anything. Don't want to be in that kind of neighborhood. Don't want to have to constantly worry and stress about our products. So we finally decided that let's get the space we need to continue our operation. We're fine with receiving pallets at our home, or I do have arrangements with a trucking company that I can receive them at their dock. They charge me a fee for that, but it's still cheaper than paying for the residential delivery, the liftgate service. So it's not 100% ideal, but it was the best we were going to find for a while. And I actually looked at this space probably about 2 months ago and went back and forth deciding, was it right for us? So the space we ended up getting is just under 1,000 square feet. And we're going to do a little bit, you know what, let me just show you it. Yeah. Well, that didn't work out so well. I had actually recorded probably a good 5 minutes of me taking you around this place and talking about some of the things that we're going to do here, and it was not recording. When I flipped the camera around, it stopped recording. So let's do this walk again. From the door, we have this large room here. So much better the first time. You know, it was natural. Now I'm trying to recreate what I said before, but in this large room here, this is going to be pretty much our operation when it comes to processing the merchandise. We will have some shelves in here, just like what we have up in the storage units, that house all of the merchandise that's listed on eBay or is merchant fulfilled on Amazon. We'll end up having some tables along the one wall back there that we will process all of our retail arbitrage and online arbitrage purchases that need to go to Amazon. Over here, we will have a shipping station where we will process both eBay shipments going out, Amazon shipments going out. Overall, it's a much larger space than we have between the 3 storage units now and our house and office. In this room over here, we are going to put a couple desks in here, and this will be the brains of the operation, more or less. It's got an extra entrance out into the hallway there, and this will be where Kathy and I will strategize and build our business and set a future for ourselves. And this room back here is the room I'm most excited about, and probably spent the most time talking about when I thought I was recording a minute ago. Again, another door out into the hallway. The building we're in kind of is like a U-shaped building. Excuse me. And there's multiple offices and suites in this building, including like a cafe and a few other things. So those will take you out to like the central restrooms and everything else. But In this space here, this is going to become a recording studio, not only for video, but we will also do audio in here. For those of you that don't know, a few years back, I used to be part of a podcast network and had a couple different podcasts going. And I have all the equipment that is partially set up still in my house to do a multi-person in-seat recording at one time. I think we have 5 mics set up around a table. And I have a mixer with the ability to bring in people from a video teleconference as well as from phone calls. So, we could have like 10 people, I think it was. Well, I guess if you do the video conference, you could have 100 people on there, and then some. But we had the ability to bring in the feeds to have multiple people in there. I'm probably going to bring all of that over here. In addition, I am probably going to paint one of these walls green, so I have a permanent green screen. Might get like a little love seat or something in here to record different video sessions, whether we're doing a training session, an interview with another reseller, use it with other projects we're on. In addition, give recording space to some of those who are in our community to be able to use. I have several people who are good friends of mine. One of them I brought over here yesterday and showed him my concept and idea of what I want to do with that room, and he is very excited about it. He is a videographer, and just having the ability to have a little bit of space to be able to do some production stuff like that, he was interested. But he was very interested in the podcast, the audio setup side of it, because him and another mutual friend of ours are getting ready to do a podcast series, and they need recording space. So being able to offer that kind of space to other people, for these guys, I probably am not going to charge them anything because they help me out all the time. Like the one guy who's a videographer, him and I are always going back and forth about camera equipment and tips for shooting stuff and everything else. But they help me with other projects and other things. So they're willing to help me set it all up, everything else. But, it could turn into another revenue stream for us. So always exploring opportunities, because it could have its own entrance from the hallway. I could put a separate deadbolt on the door into here. I would be able to keep that space completely separate from the rest of our operation. While this serves the purpose of getting the bulk of our operation under one roof, with exception of freight deliveries, I'm just happy to get it all here. So this weekend I'm going to be moving a lot of stuff in. Once it is all set up, we will do another tour of our operation so you can see how this all goes. Way we lay it out, way we process, our method of doing different things, so that you can see how we process shipments coming in, process eBay stuff, take our photos, all of that type of stuff. It took us a few years to, and we're always trying to improve the system we use to keep it the most efficient as possible. With this change in our operation, we are probably going to be hiring a couple employees. Not sure when, because we have a couple other things besides the move coming into here. Our oldest daughter's getting married in a few weeks, and time's a little limited right now, but we're probably, I want to say by October, have at least one person in here a couple days a week helping us process stuff, and by the end of the year, 2 people in here helping us process stuff. Looking to do the next big growth for our journey to freedom, and in order to do that, we need to have help. Our operation in the last 2 years has just constantly grew and grew and grew. Even when we took a break for several months, we continued to have sales. It gave us time to clear our heads, figure out what direction did we want to go in. Did we want to keep this as, a full focus business, or did we want it to remain a hobby? because it was at the point where it was consuming a lot of time, a lot of effort, and we were seeing the rewards for it, but we weren't sure what our long-term plan was. Um, our path to freedom includes multiple things in order to get there. And we're building up so we have multiple streams of income. And that's part of why the recording studio is going in. That's part of why we're doing some training courses. That's part of why, we have the reselling thing. Why I have a business that does digital marketing and SEO services. We build websites. It's having multiple streams of income so that there's no single point of failure. If in the years past when I've owned previous businesses in the IT space, majority of my clients were national chain restaurants and retail. A bad economy year crippled my business because my customers didn't spend money if they're not making money. So I don't want to go down that same path. I want to be able to have something that we can set ourselves up for success and not have to worry about it. I want something that gets to a point where we have staff in place, we have management in place that is running our multiple operations so that maybe Kathy and I can enjoy life a little. Take a 2-week vacation and then not have to worry. Not these quick weekend trips, extended weekend trips, and the whole time while we're out there, we're working anyways. It's sit back and relax. Life is short, and it's neither one of us are getting any younger, and it's nature. So that's all I got for you, hustlers. I don't want to keep rambling on. I don't want to keep giving you like this dizziness because I know I keep shaking the camera. I apologize for it. I'm looking forward to getting our stuff moved in here. Like I said, this weekend I'm going to be moving a lot of stuff. Our internet gets hooked up on Saturday. Excellent place. It's the next stepping stone for us. Probably the next move out of here is either we purchase our own building or to a much, much larger space, including a warehouse. Depends on what direction we're taking our operation. We have a couple opportunities in the pipe that could be very lucrative for us, and some of them include receiving freight for others, processing freight for others, dealing with some more of these pallets, and offering these pallets to other resellers. Crazy stuff that's coming down the line for us, and we're looking forward to having you on this journey with us. Alrighty, hustlers, I need you to get out there and go do.